Kerala Forest Department has a snake rescue and rehabilitation center at Malampura, Palakkad district. This place provides shelter to snakes in distress. Snake Rescue and Rehabilitation Center at Palakkad. Palakkad. Kerala Forest Wildlife Department. So this particular center is near this dam. Which dam? Malampura Dam. And this is also open for public.
Yes, sir.
So there is also the possibility of educating the people, awareness generation. Okay. And what is the staff localization here? We have staffs?
Total 10 staff.
10 staff. Caretakers and chowkidars,
And snake keepers.
snake handlers, everybody. Okay. This is the office which has a basic setup containing the details of the livestock. And thereafter, there is an entry fee system per person.
25.
25 for adults and children 15 below 12 years.
15.
Okay.
റീഫണ്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല എണ്ണീറ്റ് എടുത്താൽ മതി റീഫണ്ട് ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റില്ല നിങ്ങൾ കറക്റ്റായിട്ട് എണ്ണീറ്റ് എടുത്താൽ
14 സോറി അവരിങ്ങനെ പറയുന്നുണ്ട്
അഞ്ച് കുട്ടികൾ 70-60 70. ചേഞ്ച് ഉണ്ടോ 60 ചേഞ്ച് ഉണ്ടോ 60
This entire structure is in how much area?
60 kilometers.
60 cents. 0.6 acres. Okay, and we have a total staff strength of 10 people here. It is headed by a section officer, and then there are beat officers under her. All right, 2 beat officers. All right, so the center basically is an arrangement with an office like here. There is this office entrance, office setup, a small discussion platform upstairs. Then there are animal retention cages, or rather enclosures, different enclosures in different areas. Then we have some more, and then we have another section which we'll visit. So let us first of all get a view of the information here about what they have mentioned and what does that mean. The first thing, common name,
a Malayalam name, English name with the scientific name, and from where it normally occurs is the third one. And what are the food items?
the third is normal area of occurrence.
Normal areas of occurrence. And fourth is
The food preference.
Food
And
preference of
last line is?
And its length.
Okay.
For
It's
5
body
meter,
dimensions.
5 meter length, like that.
Body dimensions.
Yeah.
Good enough. So we have here how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. 20. Banded kukri. It's found in this area. Banded kukri.
Banded kukri.
It's found here.
Yeah.
The wolf snake, lycodont, of course, wine snake. So this is a basic information which people get: the common name, the scientific name and the English name, the food habits, where it is found, the food habits, and about its body dimensions in very basic language for the people to understand. And now here we have various enclosures which seem to be very hygienically preserved, and these enclosures have various various snakes held in here. These are reportedly rescued snakes, that is, they have not been caught from the wild for the purpose of display here. These have been just captured under rescue operations and have been kept here under observation of a veterinary officer. Here we have some children visiting the facility. Some children making a visit to the facility and getting aware about the snakes around. So that, the common cobra, that's one more. There's another one on the windowsill. We have the Tyrus mucosus, the common rat snake. That was the naja, common rat snake. Here, it's very similar in appearance to that with a common cobra, but you can make out by streakings near its lips, on the underlips, and further its head is shorter and slender than the cobra. Otherwise the body is very similar in appearance.
If it bites you, no, it will come around you.
Then we have the spring cat snake here. The spring cat snake here, which there are two specimens. There are two specimens sitting on the windowsill. These are non-venomous. The common crate, Bangaris, there's a juvenile kept in the corner, hiding there. One of the most of the big four, the common crate, generally a nocturnal one with very short fangs and prefers to bite people who are sleeping. The poison is very slow acting and it takes from say 1 to 2 days to completely take over the person's physiology to ultimately cause death. Yes, it's a medium-sized animal, and another good information shared here is that the breeding it lays about 16 to 20 eggs, and in fact it also has a breeding season. So, but this is a very ubiquitously found snake, found right from the Himalayan areas to the Nilgiri areas, to the coastal areas. That the Russell's viper, unmistakably patterned Russell's viper. A very, very, very dangerous animal, a very, very poisonous, very, very venomous creature. Russell's viper, one of the fastest striking snakes in the herpetofauna. A blend of a concatenation of it's a very dangerous creature, and people also often happen to get confused between this and a python until it's too late. This, if you can see, it's a wonderfully mimicking snake here. It's the land cat snake. It's non-venomous, Bioga clinensis. It's a whip snake sort of a creature, which is, if you can make out in the mimicking form, see it's lying on those two branches. This creature here, with the head protruding upwards, that is a snake here, mimicking wood. We have the trinket snake. The trinket snake, which is a very aggressive appearing snake, very jumpy snake, also called the flying snake at times because of its jumping behavior. But then it's non-venomous, which also causes its aggression. The morph that we see here is a little different from the ones that we come across in northern part of the country. This banded kukri, though it says banded kukri, but there is no snake in here. And this exactly is the point that I was asking to the beat officer. There is no banded kukri. and I was asking about it. So Oligodon anensis, it's not found here. Then we have vine snake, a very prominently green, thin, long, slender snake you can make out. It also lives on the branches, and there are two specimens here. One at the bottom, one there at the bottom, and then one on the branch. So vine snake, Ahatula nasutus, it's a non-venomous, reaches a length of around 150 centimeters and prefers feeding on lizards, frogs and smaller creatures. Breeding is 8 young ones are born yearly, approximately. So that is an approximation, that's the information shared here. The striped keelback, though the spelling is a little erroneous, keysback, but it's like keelback, the striped keelback. The animal is very prominent and common, of a common occurrence in the Indian subcontinent. There it is. There are two specimens there, very strongly keeled, very strongly keeled. Now look at that vine snake here. It's getting a little active.
Kumperi Naham.
That tree snake, a very fast, swift runner with sharp edges along the sides. There are two species found in India, one with a pinkish tongue, one with a blackish tongue. So, a very strong snake. Now this is the dog-faced water snake, a very unique creature. As the name suggests, dog-faced water snake, Cerberus ryncops. Cerberus ryncops. You can see it's lazing around in that little volume of water. The dog-faced water snake here. We have a wolf snake board here. A wolf snake, that is Lycodon, a non-venomous snake, commonly found in the gardens and often mistaken with other snakes. There are some 3 or 4 specimens here. One on that windowsill, one over there in the corner, and one over here along the wall. That's a checkered keelback. It's not check-red keelback, but it's checkered keelback. And Xenocropis physeota. Here. It's also called the common water snake, Indian water snake, the checkered keelback. A very aggressive snake which prefers living in the water. There is one lying outside on the sand, and there are few specimens inside, one along that windowsill. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the water pond, and one there. So there are good number of them. Then we have the wolf snake, which is again a non-venomous one. Wolf snakes, the Lycodon evilicus. There's one sitting in this corner, and there is one under the water pot. Now, Lycodon, the wolf snake, is often confused with the keelbacks, or often taken up in confusion with sometimes with the krait as well. But one should not bother, because krait has a very specifically keeled body, and it has a hexagonal line of. Okay, so this is a normal rock python. The Morulep. Then we have The Indian rock python, a special dedicated zone for the Indian rock python here. Another one. There is one on the corner there, and there is one sitting in that corner. So there are two Indian rock pythons. Very, very strong creatures. Very strong creatures. They are full of muscles. The entire body is just muscle and nothing else. And you can see it's vying to get out of that little place. Razor sharp teeth with immense musculature. It's a power pack. Now we proceed to this other one. This apparently is a bigger house for various ones. There is one rat snake on that end. It's a rat snake because you can make out from the lines on the lips, the vertical lines on the lower mandible, lower lip. It's a very fast moving snake. So we'll proceed to the next one. Very strongly killed. These are all rat snakes. You can see the, okay. There you see. This one which is trying to come out is a common rat snake, and the other one lying next to it is a common cobra. That is a common cobra, and then there is another cobra sitting under the rocks. There is another cobra rat snake under there. So all right. So there is there's a cluster of creatures there. Need to put it up there. That's a cobra here. You can make out cobra by the prominent markings, spectacle markings under just below the head region. So that's a cobra here. Now another cobra sitting under the tree. So this one is basically cobras and rat snakes combined in this particular section here. Rat snakes and cobras combined up. नमस्कार. ये रैट स्नेक एंड कोबरा साथ में क्यों रख दिया? ऐसे रखते हैं, आपस में फाइट नहीं होता है? So now you can see here this common rat snake trying to venture out slowly, but is not, because of the walls are slightly slanted on the inside. They are curved. The walls are curved, and hence the animal cannot go back, and the wall is smooth. Height is slanted, and the wall is also smooth, so the animal cannot just reach to this height.
So many tourists are coming.
How many people visit in a day?
ഇപ്പോൾ സീസൺ ആണ്. അപ്പോൾ ഓണത്തിനൊക്കെ ഡെയിലി ഒരു ലക്ഷം ഉറുപ്പിയോളം കളക്ഷൻ ഉണ്ട്. ഓണത്തിന് 10% ഡെയിലി
1 lakh.
Annual.
Vacation, 1 lakh people average per day.
കളക്ഷൻ ഒരാൾക്ക് 25.
Acha.
1 lakh rupees collect.
1 lakh rupees annual. 1 year.
No, 1 year, 1 day.
1 day.
One day.
1 day, 1 lakh rupees. Holidays. Okay.
Per person 25 rupees.
That was children 15 rupees and adults 25 rupees. Acha,
ആവറേജ് ഡെയിലി കളക്ഷൻ ഇല്ലെങ്കിലും ഒരു 10-15 റുപ്യ.
Average they are collecting 10 to 15,000 rupees per day. But in holidays, especially the Onam holidays, Christmas holidays,
then the number
and other
increases.
holidays, they are collecting 1 lakh rupees per day.
and what happens to that money? Goes to the government revenue or to some society?
To forest department, I think. This is on
Goes to forest department. And what does forest department do? Forest department can make two uses. One is it submits that money to the government revenue first, and the second is
പകുതി പൈസ നമ്മൾ സർക്കാരിലേക്ക് അടയ്ക്കും, പകുതി പൈസ FTA, അതായത് ഇവിടുത്തെ വികസനത്തിനും കാര്യത്തിനും
wages, etc.
50% of money they are deposited to government,
Right.
and 50% of money they are using for the
Maintenance and other charges. Okay. And they get wages on time.
Yeah, wages it's okay. ആരെ തരുന്ന ശമ്പളം?
നമ്മൾ ഡെയിലി വേജസ് ആണ്, നമുക്ക് DF ആണ് ശമ്പളം തരുന്നത്.
Daily wages. The peoples are here daily wages people. The DFO, the concerned DFO.
हाँ ठीक है. And any events of casualty or accidents in handling?
നമ്മൾ ഹാൻഡിൽ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ പാമ്പ് കടിക്കുക അങ്ങനെ
സാഹചര്യങ്ങളുണ്ട്.
Not yet.
ഉണ്ട്.
Yes, snake bite.
Which one? Acha, this is cobra.
Snake bite. This one snake bite.
Oh,
ऐसा
नहीं हो पाएगा. So
ഇതൊക്കെ
അല്ലല്ല ഇത് കടിച്ചാൽ എന്താ ഇങ്ങനെയാവാൻ കാരണം?
അത് അവിടുത്തെ അവിടെ കംപ്ലൈന്റ് ആയി.
this happened. This was one. This was second.
സെക്കൻഡ്
2 incidents. And this appears to be cobra.
कोबरा वैद्य थोड़ा मसल स्किन रिमूव.
हाँ. Bubbled out. Bubble.
बबल ऐसा थोड़ा स्किन ग्राफ्ट है.
That is looking because it is connected, na? Muscle is also confused. Okay. Any insurance for any?
Death insurance only.
Only death insurance. Any injury insurance? No. Okay. So generally say 10,000 per day makes around 3 lakh rupees. How many? 3 lakh rupees per year?
No, more than 3 lakh.
Sorry, not per month. Per month.
Yeah, per month.
Per month 3 lakh. 3 to 5 lakhs. Let us say. Let us understand 5 lakhs per month. Out of 5 lakhs, 2.5 50% goes to the government's revenue, and 2.5 lakh rupees is maintained here
FDA.
by the DFO's account.
Maintenance only.
FDA means the forest
Development Authority or agency. FDA, that is Forest Development Agency or Authority. Okay. Even like what is being said is so apparent because we see a lot of people, visitors still coming. 27 years of experience. Great. And how many people are here total?
3 snake keepers. So it's 3 members.
3 members. Snake handlers. Three snake handlers. Then other caretakers.
Other keeper.
Cleaning.
Ladies cleaning.
Okay.
every evening 6 o'clock. They will give food items to the snakes. Normally they are giving
Wraps.
small chicken,
Mouse.
Chicken or mouse, rat.
Live, no?
ഒരു മാസത്തെയാണ് ഒരു 1 day.
അല്ല നമ്മളൊരു ആഴ്ചയിലാണ് കൊടുക്കുന്നത്.
അല്ല പ്രായമുള്ള chicken.
But one thing, okay, now my question is, what they are doing is correct. Here there are say 8-10 snakes in one enclosure. Now they cannot just throw in the feed inside because you don't know which one is eating, which is not. How do they ensure that?
അതെങ്ങനെ ഇൻഷുർ ചെയ്യും? അതായത് നമ്മളിവിടെ പാമ്പിന് പല ഫുഡ് കൊടുക്കുന്നു, എല്ലാ പാമ്പും അത് കഴിക്കുന്നുള്ള എങ്ങനെ ഇൻഷുർ ചെയ്യും?
നമ്മൾ മനസ്സിലാക്കുന്നത് നമ്മൾ എക്സ്പീരിയൻസ് ആണ്.
അല്ല ഞാൻ പറയണത് എല്ലാ പാമ്പും കഴിക്കാതിരുന്നല്ലോ, നമ്മളിപ്പോൾ ഒരു 6 ഫുഡ് കൊടുക്കും.
അതായത് ഒരു 10 പാമ്പ് നമ്മൾ ഫുഡ് ഇടുന്ന സമയത്ത് 6 കഴിക്കും, 6 മോൾട്ടിങ്ങോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ മറ്റു സാഹചര്യങ്ങളിലോ കഴിക്കാണ്ടിരിക്കും. അപ്പം നമ്മൾ വീണ്ടും കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ ഇവന് വേണ്ട അത് കഴിക്കും. പിന്നെ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ 10 എലി വേണമെങ്കിൽ 15 ഇടണം. അപ്പോൾ എല്ലാവർക്കും കിട്ടും. കെട്ടാത്തവർക്ക് നമ്മൾ അടുത്ത പ്രാവശ്യം നമുക്ക് അത് അറിയാം ഇതൊക്കെ പാമ്പ് കഴിച്ചില്ല.
Get an idea of the footfalls here in this little space with the number of people.
By their experience, they can identify which snake is
See, that is
not
okay
taken.
because
and
the
then-
body bulges. When it
Yeah,
eats, the body becomes thick.
Yeah. If once they ate, the snake will not attend to the
Other
second.
ones. Acha. And they give live food or live food? Chicken.
Chicken. One day age
Matlab
chicken.
that
One day age old.
small ones, na?
Small.
Chicks. Okay. Let's come. So what is the time by now?
5.
It's 5. So there is hardly 1 hour left, and we see the visitors are still arriving. That shows the high number of footfall in this area. Even at the entrance gate, there is a huge crowd at the entrance itself, which shows the number of people visiting here. It's a high footfall area, and just imagine how economically this entire place runs. There are some good signboards like paintings, Nilgiri Thars and various other creatures depicted on the walls, well painted in a very professional manner. So it seems to be quite a successfully maintained institution. If we overlook a few spelling errors, then otherwise everything seems in as a great center of awareness. Here there's a crocodile, it is mentioned. So it's not merely a snake park, it's a Harpeto park. So there happens to be a croc here. And that's a normal croc. But unfortunately, despite having this wonderful thing, what I would have really appreciated was a little information about this creature. Just here, that is only the name, na? Only the name. There should be some other information also, that where it is found, what it is, food habit, breeding season, little basic information, so people become more aware. This is only, yes, they are happy. They see Areva crocodile, but then they should go better, more knowledge, more aware. All right, so we now get onto this side. We had seen there was entrance there, followed by a straight line of snake enclosures, followed by a bigger one, and now we have a second line of enclosures of a similar sort, which we shall see. So here again, rat snake, which is one of the most common snakes here in the Indian subcontinent, the Pataeus mucosus, black rat snake. A very swift runner, a very aggressive creature, would not hesitate to bite repeatedly and would attack even on the face. So aggression is a strong. Now this is a wonderful snake. This is the common Indian trinket snake. It's called the trinket snake because of two reasons. First, you see those little spots on the body. Those are like hanging from the top to bottom. These are the trinkets, like what the women folk wear on their ears. So these are the trinkets, and the other feature of this animal is a very specific S-shaped curve when it gets a little aggressive, and it jumps, giving the impression of being a very aggressive flying snake. So trinket, a very fast, aggressive, and a very active snake. Then we have the cat snake, Forstern cat snake. It's again a non-venomous. Okay, yes, this fellow also, the trinket is also a non-venomous snake. Here, the Forstern cat snake, the Boiga forsteni. It's a very uniquely colored creature, prefers dense bushes, and you can see that. And since it prefers living in the stems and trees, it is a very clever hunter for the birds. And you can see the rats and birds are its sought after food. There's again a massive foodfall suddenly. So I'm impressed by this foodfall, which is immense. You can see the entire area is covered up with visitors. Large number of visitors everywhere. There are visitors everywhere. And it's a great thing that people are getting such awareness. People are getting such awareness, but at the same time, the government also generates a good amount of revenue which is channeled back for the welfare of these animals and also supports the livelihood of people like gentlemen here. Then we have the rock python. There are two sorts of pythons. One is the rock python, the other is the Burmese python. The rock python is this one. The Burmese is becoming quite spread out in the country. The rock python is getting a little pushed to the corners and the sidelines. So then we go for the common sand boa, the common sand boa, Duboia russelli. This is Duboia russelli. Though the name isn't around, but common sand boa, Duboia russelli, the double-headed snake, Eryx johnii. So this is Eryx johnii, double-headed snake. This is the common common sand boa. Then there is a red sand boa. There are two varieties, species found. One is the common sand boa. The common sand boa has white markings on the body, which give it an appearance of that of a python, like the one over there. And they are found along the sandy beaches, sandy shores, and sandy areas. They prefer that because they live deep in the soil. They are very small eyes. The head and the tail portion appear to be very similar, giving it the name of double-headed snake. It's a very aggressive snake, though a very slow-acting one, but very aggressive, won't hesitate to bite. And the common rat snake, a very, very common one. You can appreciate the length. You can appreciate the length of this animal here. A very strong keel on the body. So, and you see that there are some black lines on the underlip, which differentiate it from that of a cobra. And it doesn't have a hood, of course, though it raises the anterior body to a great extent. Then we have a cobra here, which is a melanic version. It's well adjusted itself in the corner there. I'm sorry for the reflection. Then we have common krait, another dangerous animal, night hunter. A very sleek, slender, shiny, chocolatey black with hexagonal lines on the top keel. That is the Russell's viper sitting there in the corner, Vipero russelli, also the Duboia russelli. A very dangerous creature. And then we have vine snake, must be somewhere on the tree. Yeah, it is there. Must be somewhere on the tree, and if you look at it, then you will find it. That green thing on the end there, a little loop. That is the vine snake, a non-venomous creature. There are a few spelling errors that I feel should be taken care of. But then otherwise, the entire purpose of this place, if we summarize, the purpose was first, awareness generation, which it is doing because you can see the large number of footfall. Second, giving a sanctuary to the troubled creatures, troubled snakes that have come in conflict, which has been provided. But then my firm belief is once an animal has been captured from a human habitation, it shouldn't be kept in captivity for long unless required, and it should be taken, it should be released in the natural habitat as soon as possible. Now, here again a big area which is having the on the tree, on top of that tree, you have the rock python. There are more than one, in fact. There are more than one. And there is a small turtle. There are some turtles down there in that little body. I think they should be released rather than kept into captivity. I would recommend strongly to release them back. And because there's another fellow down the tree, there's a food kept for the snake if it so wills. There's a chicken. That I've seen. And then there's a turtle down there. So these turtles or tortoises, they should be released once they are done. And then once the person is going back, he is once again given an appreciation about the snakes. This is what, office? Eco shop. Okay, so we have a small eco shop here as well, which we shall visit after this particular section. I was about to mention that once the visitors they enter from that side, take a stroll, well-guided stroll to that side, to those enclosures, and when they come out, they are at the verge of exit. They are again given an introduction about a few factors, venomous and non-venomous snakes, and then why snakes are beneficial and what is their importance in the ecological systems. This is the marvelous most creature, the pinnacle of
Only 10 years old.
the pinnacle.
Just 10 years.
Yes, it never stops growing. The pinnacle of snakes.
10 days. It takes it.
The king cobra. The king cobra, the Ophioophagus hana. The king cobra, which is the largest of all snakes, though it's not a true cobra, although the name says a cobra, it's not a true cobra. And this animal has the uniqueness of having for its food other snakes. So it prefers eating other snakes as its food rather than generally for lizards. And secondly, this is a very strong snake which can raise its body to almost 1/3 of its body above ground. So we can say that the cobra is standing on its tail. A very strongly keeled, as you can see, the body is strongly keeled, highly muscular, and there are bands which differ from personality to personality. Each snake has its own personality, and they have a very strong memory, it is said. They can remember faces, they can remember events, and they also have a remembrance of areas. So this is a very remarkable feature about these animals. A very remarkable creature, the Ophioophagus hana. Another one. Thank you. Another one over there. These one unique thing about these creatures is that their size keeps on growing. With age, it's not that they attain one maximum size and they are done. As long as they are alive, as long as they are able to hunt and feed, their size keeps on growing. So you can have 15, 16, 17 feet long creatures also. The last one that we had rescued somewhere near Haridwar was around 17 feet. So you can just imagine how strong these creatures could be. There is the one with the hood slightly raised up. It can raise almost 1/3 of the body, in fact. This is a very, just a slight twist of its neck. Then we have some more uniquely designed cages here, enclosures, not cages, enclosures, though they are the same. An animal has been confined, so it's a cage. Here is again a rock python. This is a Burmese python, not a rock python, this is a Burmese python. And a very aggressive creature, very slow but very strong, all muscle, and around over 400 razor sharp teeth. Non-venomous but deadly. Non-venomous but deadly, and it kills by coiling around and squeezing the person's breath. Squeezes so hard that the person's heart stops functioning and the life is over. So there it is, the rock python, or the common python, whatever. So this is the Burmese python, not the rock python. This is the Burmese python. Now there's a very subtle difference between the Burmese python and the Indian rock python. It is about the change of pattern on the body. The more brownish Burmese. So this is the pug mark. Okay, before I venture into this, it's giving you a very basic understanding of my observations from entrance to these enclosures, raising your curiosity, going further down and reaching to this central one, finding snakes roaming in the free, giving you another degree of elevated excitement. Then you venture to that crocodile section, then you venture to those far off snake enclosures, and once you are through, you venture out from this side, you come across another section of tortoise and pythons, and finally you get the king of snakes, the king cobras, and then you exit. Ultimately, a person who visits gets a very good understanding about the snakes overall, their appearance, their habits, basic habits. But then my belief is that there should be more information shared here. More information panels should be pasted or affixed at different spots. On each cage, we have been provided with a little bit of basic information regarding the name and the size and the breeding numbers. But then, obviously, once we are spreading awareness, we should try to forward as much more information as possible. But a good effort overall. And the best thing is that it generates good amount of revenue that takes care of the maintenance of this area, and also provides a very good revenue to the state government. Now there is a small eco shop here, the Pugmark Green Shop by Shri Binoy Vishwam, inaugurated by Mr. Binoy Vishwam on 2009, somewhere in 2009. It's an eco shop which caters to different sorts of. Acha, this also comes in under Perambiculam. Nahi na? But there is this. Acha, just a advertisement. Advertisement. Purane samay mein it was under Perambiculam. Now it is under Vachal. Okay, so these are decorative pots, bamboo bottles, and bamboo products of different sorts. And then honey, Vanashri. Vanashri, what is that? Honey. Then we have honey. This is Forest Department produce. Vanashri is the trademark of the cooperative. Is there any further information about it? And in addition, we have blends of various medicinal plants for hair. You just add coconut oil in that, coconut oil, and then you get thick hair like yours. Because I am losing hair. Bamboo rice. What is that? This is bamboo rice. Okay. Local product? Khadi gram. All right. Vetiver grass and various other things, soaps and scrubbers, and so there are a good number of things which are being facilitated here at this eco shop. What is the general sale? General sale?
Honey.
General sale is honey, and profits on go to government or cooperative? FTA, FDA. So you get a salary, not a part of that income. All right. So great things around, and Siren. This is all the other.
ഫസ്റ്റ് ടൈം പറഞ്ഞിട്ടാണ്.
First, initially it was under Perambikulam Forest Reserve, now which is Perambikulam Tiger Reserve. Now it is in a different forest division altogether. Thank you. So apparently pretty good. Apparently pretty good.
ഇതിന് ഓരോ ദിവസം ഓരോ പാമ്പുമാണ്.
ഇല്ല, അവിടെ ആഴ്ച
Staff quarters, staff room. Okay, so we have some staff rooms around here as well, where the staff, and that side is store. Old cages, okay, demolished. So apparently a pretty good one, and I'll just see what was the number of visitors today, and let us verify. Here is the new lot of visitors. So the ticket counter. Okay, so this is since 1991. Oh, it's a very pretty old establishment. Since 1991, it has been functioning without any obstruction. So it's now 32 years.
ये पुराना नहीं है.
हाँ.
ये न्यू बिल्डिंग है.
This is a new building. There was an old building.
ओल्ड बिल्डिंग. उसका ये बोर्ड उधर है.
Board है.
बोर्ड है.
Okay, we'll acha, later after this. 81. Okay, I'm told that this is a newer building and there was an older establishment which was there. That was 10 years older. So that this particular infrastructure, this particular facility has been functional since 1981. Since 81 it is in function, so it's like 42 years now. 42 years. Well, wonderful. I'll just get you a glimpse of the office setup as well. What has been the total number of visitors today?
Today.
Okay, so we have a setup machine which will give you.
Total stays 300.
Today.
Adult 338.
So we have a total
8,600.
around how many? 338 visitors today.
338
Adults and 13 children.
Yeah.
And 25 per adult, 15 per children. Somewhere around 8,645. So what our dear friend had been saying, 10,000 approximately we are there. And on holidays, the numbers increase. Tremendously they increase.
Sunday.
Okay, fine. Here, you can keep that. And what other documents you store here?
So what we maintain is registers.
Yes,
according
what
to
re-
Central
what-
Food Authority, like birth register, death register.
Okay, so this is authorized by the CZA,
Yes, sir.
approved by the CZA.
Yes, sir.
Good
Functioning
enough.
under the rules and regulations of EZA right now.
Fine enough. So you maintain all the records like death, birth,
register, birth
or
register.
if it has been brought in from some other rescued animal, then you also mention about the
Yeah,
point
we-
of rescue.
Yes, sir. We
Everything.
need a separate register for snake catching and releasing register.
Okay, and then CZA also requires you to have certain other facilities in place like a full-time veterinarian, a full-time veterinary officer. This is a mini zoo, na? It has to be a mini zoo because exhibition come mini zoo. This is a exhibition come rescue center, I believe. Yeah, na? So that is why it is a mini zoo, and for that also you require a veterinary officer.
Yeah.
So you have a dedicated one, or you have visiting veterinary officer.
We recommend Malampuzha veterinary officer monthly checkup.
Okay, so there is no dedicated as such, but it is like on deputation or on special requests they arrive, and they you generally make a request once a month or twice a month or as per requirement.
As per requirements, sir.
Great enough.
At present, we don't have a dedicated veterinary officer for
That
snake
should
control.
obviously. But this is a major issue everywhere. All right, so Sujesh and
Me too, sir.
Neetu and our gentleman
Dinesh Kumar.
Dinesh Kumar.
Dinesh Kumar.
Binesh, and
Ramesh.
So there is a very highly dedicated staff, and they are very well apt with their understanding, their duties, and their responsibilities. So This is, of course, if I conclude it, then this particular center is fulfilling its purpose of generating awareness among the masses regarding snakes. Secondly, it is also adding to the revenue of the government fractionally, and 50% of the collection goes for the maintenance and upkeep of this place. And there are a few things which need to be updated with time, which I'm sure will be taken care of. So, something to learn from this snake park, Malam Puza. Puda. I don't have that tongue to speak, but it's in Palakkad division. All right, okay.
So would you like to mention anything or discuss with
Yes, why not? In fact, so I'll cut down the recording here.